Have you ever wondered why your legs hurt more after taking your daily vitamins, even when you're eating healthy foods? As we age, we pay closer attention to our bodies. We take vitamins to strengthen bones, boost immunity, and keep our hearts and minds sharp. But what if the very nutrients we rely on could turn against us, simply because we combine them with the wrong foods? Yes, it's true. There are 6 common foods that, when taken together with certain vitamins, can trigger inflammation and leg pain, especially in adults over the age of 60. This reaction is not just uncomfortable, it can be dangerous. It may lead to chronic joint stiffness, difficulty walking, and even worsen existing conditions like arthritis or poor circulation. Let's go straight into what you need to know. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Processed meats: bacon, sausages, deli meats. Many of us grew up enjoying the rich, savory taste of bacon in the morning, a hearty sandwich with deli meats at lunch, or a comforting plate of sausage during family gatherings. These foods are more than just meals. They're part of our memories, part of our American story. But as we age, our bodies begin to tell us a different story, one that warns us that the very foods we once loved might now be doing us harm, especially when paired with our daily vitamins. Processed meats are packed with preservatives like nitrates, excess sodium, and saturated fats. These ingredients are known to cause inflammation on their own, but the danger compounds when they are consumed alongside certain vitamins, particularly vitamin D, calcium, or magnesium. Instead of supporting your bones and muscles, this combination can trigger water retention, increased blood pressure, and swelling in the legs. Over time, this can lead to persistent leg pain, stiffness in your joints, and even interfere with circulation. What's worse, many older adults mistake this pain as a natural part of aging, never realizing it could be traced back to what's on their plate. Imagine starting your day with a vitamin meant to strengthen your bones, but pairing it with bacon or sausage that quietly cancels out the benefit. And worse, adds to your discomfort. Your body tries to absorb the vitamin, but is forced to fight off the inflammatory signals at the same time. The result? Fatigue in your legs, aching in your knees, and that slow, heavy feeling when you walk or stand too long. This kind of inflammation doesn't happen overnight. It builds up quietly. A slow fire inside the body, smoldering in your muscles and joints until one day walking feels like a chore and the stairs feel like mountains. The foods we love don't have to become our enemy, but we do need to know when and how to eat them wisely. Knowing the right combinations can protect your health, preserve your independence, and reduce unnecessary pain. And if bacon and sausage can cause this much damage when mixed with your daily vitamins, imagine what harmless white bread or pasta might be doing. Let's take a closer look. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Refined carbohydrates, white bread, pasta, pastries. There's something deeply comforting about a slice of warm white bread, a bowl of creamy pasta, or a flaky pastry with your morning coffee. For many older adults, these foods are part of our daily routine. Simple, familiar, and easy to prepare. But beneath that soft texture and mild flavor lies a hidden danger, especially when these foods are consumed alongside your daily vitamins. Refined carbohydrates like white bread, pasta, and pastries are stripped of their natural fiber and nutrients. What remains is a high glycemic substance that causes rapid spikes in blood sugar and insulin. When taken in combination with B complex vitamins, especially vitamin B1 thiamine, this process can overstimulate the metabolism and lead to nerve irritation, poor nutrient absorption, and chronic inflammation, particularly in the legs. It's a cruel irony. Many seniors take B vitamins to support energy and nerve health, but unknowingly pair them with refined carbs that work against those very goals. The result is often a tingling sensation in the feet, numbness in the legs, or a heavy burning ache that gets worse with walking or standing. You may feel as if your legs are wrapped in invisible weights, dragging behind your every step, and you may never suspect that your breakfast toast or pasta dinner is partly to blame. Worse still, these foods block the full absorption of essential nutrients. The vitamins pass through your system with little effect while your blood vessels are flooded with sugar, thickening the blood and reducing circulation. And as blood flow slows, so does your body's ability to heal, regulate inflammation, and nourish your lower limbs. What begins as stiffness after a meal may slowly become chronic leg pain, even affecting your balance and mobility. We often think of sugar as something that comes in candy or soda, but refined carbs are just another disguise. They don't taste overly sweet, but once inside your body, they behave exactly like sugar, triggering the same damaging processes that accelerate aging, inflammation, and pain. And if soft bread and warm pasta can wreak this kind of havoc, what happens when we wash our vitamins down with a glass of soda or sweet tea? The answer may surprise you, and it may be sitting in your fridge right now. 3. Sugary drinks: soda, sweet tea, artificial juices. It often starts with a harmless habit: a glass of cola with lunch, a sweet iced tea on a warm afternoon, or a store-bought fruit juice that promises vitamins and vitality. For many older adults, these beverages feel like small pleasures, harmless rewards after a long day or a routine sip with meals. But what if that sweet refreshment is quietly undoing the very health benefits you're trying to gain from your daily supplements? Sugary drinks flood your bloodstream with glucose and fructose, triggering a surge in insulin and a cascade of inflammatory responses throughout the body. When you pair these drinks with multivitamins or vitamin C, your body enters a state of oxidative stress, a harmful imbalance that leads to the production of free radicals. These unstable molecules attack cells, irritate nerves, and weaken the body's ability to absorb nutrients effectively. For seniors, this internal disruption doesn't just stay hidden. It shows up where you feel it most: your legs. Swelling in the calves, a deep ache in the knees, or a prickling heat in the soles of your feet can all be signs that your body is struggling to regulate the inflammation. And while the pain might seem minor at first, repeated exposure to sugary drinks amplifies these symptoms over time, often mimicking or worsening conditions like neuropathy or arthritis. What makes these drinks even more dangerous is how easily they're overlooked. They often come with misleading labels like light, low calorie, or vitamin fortified. Even diet sodas, which contain no sugar, are filled with artificial sweeteners like aspartame, which have been linked to nerve sensitivity, joint inflammation, and increased risk of chronic pain. It's not just about sugar. It's about what sugar does when mixed with the very nutrients you take to support your health. Your morning multivitamin or vitamin C tablet might be filled with promise, but if it's chased down with a can of soda, you may be fueling the very pain you're trying to fight. And if something as innocent as juice or sweet tea can stir up so much harm beneath the surface, just imagine what happens when we mix our vitamins with a plate full of deep-fried comfort food. The damage might not be instant, but its impact could linger far longer than you think. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Fried foods. French fries, fried chicken, onion rings. There's a certain joy that comes with the crisp sound of fried chicken, the golden crunch of French fries, or the comfort of warm onion rings on a quiet evening. These foods have become a staple of American life, often associated with comfort, nostalgia, and even reward. But for seniors, especially those who take daily vitamins, the hidden cost of these fried indulgences can be far greater than anyone expects. Fried foods are rich in trans fats, refined oils, and compounds called AGEs, advanced glycation end products. These AGEs are toxic molecules formed during the high heat frying process, and when consumed, they lodge deep within our tissues, quietly triggering inflammation, damaging blood vessels, and accelerating cellular aging. When fried foods are paired with vitamins like A or E, which are fat-soluble and rely on the liver for processing, the burden becomes overwhelming for the aging body. The liver, already working harder with age, struggles to keep up, causing nutrients to be improperly absorbed or stored, while the harmful compounds from fried foods are left to linger. The result can be felt in the legs first. Blood vessels constrict, circulation slows, nutrient delivery to the muscles and joints becomes inconsistent. You may begin to notice tightness in the calves, cramps at night, or that burning, restless sensation that makes it hard to sit still or get comfortable in bed. These symptoms are your body's quiet cry for help, not always linked immediately to your diet, but deeply rooted in what you eat and how it interacts with your supplements. What's even more troubling is that fried foods create a false sense of fullness. You feel satisfied, but in reality, your body remains undernourished, deprived of the vitamins it desperately needs for joint and muscle health. The damage isn't loud or sudden. It builds in silence, one meal, one pill, one missed signal at a time. And if something as comforting as fried chicken can disrupt your health so deeply, what about the everyday foods that seem even more harmless, like a glass of milk or a scoop of your favorite ice cream? The next one may surprise you, especially if you've always believed dairy was your friend. 5. Dairy products, milk, cheese, ice cream. For many of us, dairy has always been a symbol of nourishment. A cold glass of milk at dinner, a slice of cheese with crackers, or a bowl of ice cream shared with grandchildren. It feels wholesome, familiar, and comforting. But as we age, the way our bodies process dairy begins to shift, and what once felt good can begin to cause unexpected discomfort, especially when paired with the vitamins we take to stay healthy. Dairy products are naturally high in calcium, but they also contain proteins like casein and sugars like lactose, which become harder for older adults to digest. When taken in combination with supplements, particularly iron, calcium, or magnesium pills, dairy can block the absorption of these nutrients, rendering your efforts to support bone health far less effective. The result isn't just wasted vitamins. It's the gradual onset of digestive inflammation, bloating, and a cascade of inflammatory signals that often settle in the joints and lower extremities. You may not connect that glass of milk with the stiffness in your knees or the aching heaviness in your legs after a short walk, but the connection is real. In some people, dairy also triggers low-grade inflammatory responses that mimic or worsen symptoms of arthritis. That nagging morning pain, the need to stretch before even getting out of bed, or that stubborn pressure in the lower back and thighs, these may all be signs that your body is struggling to process what used to be harmless. What's more, many older adults are unknowingly lactose intolerant, a condition that worsens with age. The discomfort may come in subtle ways. mild nausea after a dairy-rich meal, joint tightness, or disrupted sleep due to leg pain. And while calcium is essential for strong bones, timing and source matter more than ever in later life. Taking calcium pills and dairy together may be doing more harm than good, interfering with absorption, aggravating inflammation, and leaving your legs to bear the weight of the imbalance. Now, if dairy, a food we've trusted all our lives, can cause this kind of hidden damage when mixed with the wrong supplement, what happens when you combine your daily vitamins with a vegetable most people assume is perfectly healthy? The answer lies in a surprising family of plants that could be making your joint pain even worse. 6. Nightshade vegetables: tomatoes, eggplants, potatoes, peppers. It may come as a surprise that some of the most colorful, wholesome vegetables on our plates, the ones we've been told are part of a heart-healthy, nutrient-rich diet, could actually be contributing to joint pain, inflammation, and leg discomfort in older adults. Tomatoes, eggplants, potatoes, and bell peppers, all part of the nightshade family, are deeply ingrained in the American kitchen. They show up in everything from garden salads to casseroles, yet for many seniors, these innocent vegetables may be quietly working against the body's best efforts to stay strong and mobile. Nightshades contain a naturally occurring chemical called solanine, a compound that can provoke an inflammatory response in sensitive individuals, especially as the body's digestive and immune systems become more fragile with age. When combined with common supplements like vitamin D, calcium, or magnesium, the reaction can intensify. Instead of helping the body recover, this combination may aggravate symptoms, leaving you with sore knees, aching hips, or a deep stiffness in your legs that seems to come out of nowhere. The pain doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. A dull throb in the calves after dinner, a stiffness in the ankles that makes morning walks feel more like a chore than a joy. Over time, that gentle whisper becomes a louder warning. Your body is reacting, struggling to find balance, and the vitamins you take to ease aging may be interacting with foods that spark more harm than healing. What's most troubling is how overlooked this cause can be. We trust vegetables. We believe in them. Yet, for those with arthritis, autoimmune conditions, or age-related inflammation, nightshades can act as quiet saboteurs, gently fueling the very discomfort we're trying so hard to prevent. You may be nourishing your heart, but sacrificing your joints, never realizing the hidden trade-off. And now that we've uncovered how certain everyday foods, even the healthiest seeming ones, can interfere with the benefits of your vitamins, it's time to turn the focus inward. How can you protect yourself? What small changes can ease the pain and restore the energy in your step? Let's look at what you can do, starting today. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 7. 7. Nightshade vegetables: tomatoes, eggplants, potatoes, peppers. It may come as a surprise that some of the most colorful, wholesome vegetables on our plates, the ones we've been told are part of a heart-healthy, nutrient-rich diet, could actually be contributing to joint pain, inflammation, and leg discomfort in older adults. Tomatoes, eggplants, potatoes, and bell peppers, all part of the nightshade family, are deeply ingrained in the American kitchen. They show up in everything from garden salads to casseroles. Yet, for many seniors, these innocent vegetables may be quietly working against the body's best efforts to stay strong and mobile. Nightshades contain a naturally occurring chemical called solanine, a compound that can provoke an inflammatory response in sensitive individuals, especially as the body's digestive and immune systems become more fragile with age. When combined with common supplements like vitamin D, calcium, or magnesium, the reaction can intensify. Instead of helping the body recover, this combination may aggravate symptoms, leaving you with sore knees, aching hips, or a deep stiffness in your legs that seems to come out of nowhere. The pain doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. A dull throb in the calves after dinner, a stiffness in the ankles that makes morning walks feel more like a chore than a joy. Over time, that gentle whisper becomes a louder warning. Your body is reacting, struggling to find balance, and the vitamins you take to ease aging may be interacting with foods that spark more harm than healing. What's most troubling is how overlooked this cause can be. We trust vegetables. We believe in them. Yet, for those with arthritis, autoimmune conditions, or age-related inflammation, nightshades can act as quiet saboteurs, gently fueling the very discomfort we're trying so hard to prevent. You may be nourishing your heart, but sacrificing your joints, never realizing the hidden trade-off. And now that we've uncovered how certain everyday foods, even the healthiest seeming ones, can interfere with the benefits of your vitamins, it's time to turn the focus inward. How can you protect yourself? What small changes can ease the pain and restore the energy in your step? Let's look at what you can do, starting today. A final word. Your health is in your hands, one choice at a time. Growing older is not just a matter of time, it's a matter of wisdom. Every wrinkle on your hands, every ache in your joints, every memory etched in your heart is a testament to the life you've lived. You've overcome challenges, raised families, worked hard, and made sacrifices. And now, more than ever, you deserve to live your later years in peace, comfort, and strength. But that doesn't happen by chance. It happens by intention. What we've explored together is not meant to alarm you, but to awaken you. The foods you eat, the supplements you take, and the way they interact may be playing a bigger role in your leg pain, joint stiffness, and inflammation than you ever realized. This knowledge doesn't erase the years, but it empowers you to shape the ones still ahead. I say this not as a stranger, but as someone who has walked this path too. I felt that same tightness in my calves after a meal I thought was healthy. I've taken vitamins faithfully, only to wonder why the aches kept returning. It took time, and many silent mornings of discomfort, to realize that even good habits can work against you if they're not built on the full truth. You have the power to change your story, even now. You can take what you've learned and begin again, gently, deliberately, and with the wisdom that only comes from experience. No one expects perfection, but if you can begin to make small, thoughtful changes like spacing out your supplements, reducing your intake of processed and fried foods, or swapping sugary drinks for herbal teas, you'll start to notice shifts, not just in your legs or joints, but in your energy, your confidence, your sense of control. This chapter of your life is not about slowing down. It's about deepening your connection to yourself, listening closely, honoring your body's signals, respecting what it needs now, not what it could once tolerate. Because health at this stage isn't about adding more, it's about choosing better. And you, more than anyone, know what it means to make better choices, not just for yourself, but for those you love. So I urge you, don't ignore the quiet signs. Don't accept pain as your normal. Your body is speaking to you. It's asking for support, for kindness, for clarity. And you have everything within you to give it that up, starting today, one mindful choice at a time. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.